Thank you very much, our moderator, Right Honorable Speaker Amason. No, I'm used to Amason Kingi. The Right Honorable Speaker Moses Masika Wetangula. Please allow me to address when standing because it is not customary for parliamentarians from Kenya to speak when they are seated. And I'm very grateful that I got an opportunity to speak for you. You know, I have a lot to learn from you. I tell you that when I become an accomplished legislator, I'll become Moses Wetangula. My name is John Methu. I am a senator from a county called Nyandarua. I am serving in the Senate, privileged to serve as the youngest senator. That is why I say that I have a lot to learn from Senator Speaker Moses Wetangula. I'll read something that myself and the team have put together. I'm deeply honored and privileged to stand before you today at this momentous event of the African Climate Summit Conference Parliamentarians Dialogue. On behalf of the Senate Standing Committee on Land, Environment and Natural Resources, I extend to each of you a warm and heartfelt welcome to the Parliament of Kenya. We have gathered here from across the continent and beyond, representing diverse backgrounds, profession, and expertise, all united by a common purpose to address one of the most pressing challenges of our time, global climate crisis. As we embark on this crucial journey over the next few days, I wish to express my gratitude to each and every one of you for your commitment to creating a sustainable and resilient future for Africa. The African Climate Summit Conference comes at a pivotal juncture in our shared history. The impacts of climate change are not just looming over the horizon. They are affecting us now with devastating consequences for our ecosystems, economies, and the welfare and well-being of our communities. It is urgent to call for action that we cannot afford to ignore. Our gathering here signifies our collective determination to address these challenges head-on. Over the course of this conference, we will engage in thoughtful discussions, share innovative solutions, and forge partnerships that will pave way for a more sustainable and climate-resilient Africa. The issues before us are complex, but we are equipped with the requisite expertise and determination to find solutions. I want to acknowledge the invaluable contributions of all the experts, policymakers, activists, scientists, and advocates who have devoted their time and energy to shaping the agenda of this conference. Your dedication and passion inspires us all. Mr. Speaker, sir, listening to the commitments that were made by the head of state and governments at the summit yesterday, Africa has a moment of exploiting and seizing the opportunity for an African-led solution on climate change. As parliamentarians, therefore, we must stand up for our people. We must stand up for our continent. Resources must follow the intent shown by the heads of state and governments, and this would need the collective effort of all of us seated here today. The chair of the session mentioned that we need to do the laws that will follow the intent that was shown by the in the summit. Policies must align to the declarations that are made in this particular summit, and we are the people to deal with the policies. I would like to challenge you, my fellow parliamentarians, to pursue the route of bringing up to date your respective climate change acts in your countries, so as to assist in dealing with the current challenges that we are facing and dealing with the climate change and its mitigation. The committee that I chair in the Senate, which is fully mandated to consider all legislation and bills touching on climate change, very recently was able to process and bring up to date a bill forwarded by my counterpart in the National Assembly, namely the Climate Change Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 42 of 2023. And the members of my committee, most of them are in this particular gathering. Honorable Speaker, you appreciate that the members of the Senate the members of that particular committee had less than 5 days to conclude their business, and they put their foot forward. I'm very proud of the members of the Standing Committee on Land, Environment and Natural Resources of the Senate that I chair. The bill which I urge you to emulate and made amendments to the existing Climate Change Act to ensure that we regulate carbon markets, align with international commitments, engage a broader range of stakeholders, and support Kenya's emission reduction goals. We are available for support to ensure that we are on the same page as a continent for Africa, and I'm happy that we are engaging with chairs of other parliaments who are here I've had a conversation with the delegation from South Sudan on what we can be able to do so that we share experiences. In the spirit of inclusivity, let us remember that the effects of climate change know no borders and affect all people, regardless of their background or circumstances. We must prioritize equity and justice in our discussions and actions, ensuring that the most vulnerable among us are not left behind by ensuring effective public participation. Ladies and gentlemen, as we embark on this journey together, let us remember the road ahead may be challenging, but it's not insurmountable. Our collective efforts can and will make a difference. Let this conference be a turning point in our fight against climate change, and let us emerge from it with renewed hope and a clear roadmap for a sustainable and prosperous future for Africa. I thank you all very much.
Thank you, Senator Methu.